So you just heard about the Amazon Influencer Program and you're looking for information on getting approved. It's a two-step process that I'm going to talk a bunch about in this video, talk about tips and tricks to help get you through that approval process. So let's dive into it. Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy. I've been an Amazon influencer for a couple of months now, and I'm here to talk about the approval process for actually getting into the program and starting to earn money. So like I said, it's a two-step process. You have to first get into the program, and then you have to get approved for on-site commissions, and I'll talk about what that means later. But let's talk about the actual approval process itself. Okay, so step one is getting into the program itself. Now, this requires a social media following. This is an Amazon influencer program, so they do want people that already have a following. As far as how big of a following, nobody really knows. I've heard of people getting in with a couple hundred followers, and I've heard of people getting denied with tens of thousands of followers. So it's kind of unknown in regards to what exactly they're looking for. However, there are some tips that I can give you in regards to that based on what I think that they're looking for. The first one being age of social media. Not your age, but the age of your social media account. They want some type of history with that account. If you're trying to apply with a brand new account or even an account that's like a week old, you're probably going to keep getting denied. They want some type of time frame on that account. Along with that, posting activity. They don't want an account that might be 7 years old but hasn't been used in the last 5 years. You have to consistently post, regular content or whatever on your social media account. So if you don't have a social media account with a lot of followers, or you have an old account that you haven't used in a while, it's going to take some time to either gain some followers or make some posts and show that you have recent activity. I'm going to be kind of brutally honest here. There's not really a way to cheat the system. I don't recommend it. Amazon seems to be cracking down on people who are buying accounts, buying followers, etc. So there's not really a good way to do that. I think it's very easy to grow organically on some social media platforms. So look into it, do some research on, hey, I want to, start a YouTube channel. How do I grow it? Or I want to start an Instagram. How do I grow it, etc. It's pretty simple in my opinion. I don't think that there's too much to it. I don't recommend trying to cheat the system, like I said, because Amazon has been shutting down accounts that slip through the cracks. You might get in and get approved and do all that. You start making videos, you're earning some money, and then Amazon shuts down your account and you don't see any of that money. So try to do it as organically as possible, even if it's going to take you a month or two to build up that social media platform. The other thing that I can say is I don't believe that there's any restriction on how often that you can apply. So as you're growing a social media account or as you're consistently posting, you can apply to the program, once a week or something like that until you get approved as you're growing and growing. I think that, throughout that time, once you're posting frequently and you're continuing to gain followers and stuff like that, they'll see that and eventually you will get approval. Unfortunately, there's no secrets or anything like that in regards to the first approval process. You just need a social media account with a certain type of following and with a certain type of age. As far as the content itself, it doesn't have to be about product reviews. It doesn't have to show your face or anything like that. My account, my social media that I use, it's a niche that's nothing to do with myself, my face, etc. It's my own niche that I picked. Personally, it's stuff that I make content about, so I use that, and Amazon accepted it. So once you get accepted into the Amazon Influencer Program, you now have to get approval for on-site commission. So as of right now, the process is you have to submit 3 videos, and then Amazon reviews them, and they determine if it meets their criteria or not. Just like the initial approval, there's no set rules or guidelines regarding what these 3 videos need to be or include or etc. I think I have compiled some best practices based on what I've been hearing from other people getting in the program, and that's just what I'm going to share in this video. First things first is video and audio quality. The first thing is video and audio quality. You don't have to use a fancy camera with a super nice microphone and everything like that, but make sure that your video is clear. That means having good lighting. A lot of cameras will reduce video quality in an attempt to raise the lighting of a scene if it's poorly lit. So make sure that you are in a bright light and your video is clear. As far as audio goes, make sure that you have clear audio. I use a microphone that is attached separately. I find that it works better. For your sake, it is a Rode Video Micro. It's nothing fancy. It's about $50 and it attaches right to my camera. The reason I use this is because it's a directional microphone, meaning that when the microphone is pointed towards me, that's all it's picking up. If something happens off to the side or behind the camera, it doesn't really pick up that noise very much, versus the microphone that's on the camera itself picks up everything, and I found that to be kind of annoying in the videos when something would happen in the background. So you want good, clean, clear audio and good, clean, clear video. I think that's probably the most important thing. The next thing is presence on camera. Now, I have heard of people getting through the approval without showing their face. And that's fine if you want to do that. However, I personally always recommend showing your face. This program is referred to as the influencer program. I personally believe that Amazon wants faces that they can promote as influencers. They want people who show their face, who can talk about products, etc. Now, that's not to say I show my face in every single video. I have videos where I don't show my face, but in my first 3 videos, I showed my face and I got approved. I show my face in about, I would say 85% of my videos. Most of my videos have me in them talking to some extent. To piggyback off of being on camera, be confident. It took me a while to kind of get over the steps and stutters of being on camera. I'm not a very outgoing person myself, but I took the time to just practice and be on camera. I recorded my first 3 videos a couple of times to get kind of a rhythm and like a script almost that I was memorizing in my head, so I knew what to say. I sounded confident when I was talking about the product. I didn't sound like I was, and I didn't know about the product, right? I think that confidence is important. You want to speak clearly and you want to provide confidence when you're talking about a product. I've seen questions on, what do the 3 products need to be? Do they need to be in the same category? Do they need to be the same thing? And for me, it didn't matter. I did one video on what was it? I did one video on an automotive product, I did one video on a kitchen product, and I did one video on a flashlight. All across the board, those are my first 3 videos, and it seemed to work on the first try. So I don't think that there's any necessity to have videos of the same topic or in the same product section or anything like that. It just focus on making good videos rather than the product itself. The next thing is going to be the editing as well as the video length. I think these two kind of go hand in hand. Most of my videos, I just do very simple cuts where I cut out any long pauses, I cut out any etc. That's pretty much all I do. I don't do anything else fancy. The way I record, I keep my camera rolling start to finish, so I just cut down the sections that I want to use and cut out any fluff. I think that you can overdo it by making a video too long. If your first 3 videos are, 6 minutes long, there's probably too much in there. My first videos were around 2 to 2.5 minutes, and, again, that seemed to work for me. I think that 2-minute mark is probably what you want to shoot for. You don't want to do too much and kind of ramble on, but you also don't want to do too little. So maybe around 2 minutes or so. Obviously, it depends on the product. If there's not a lot to talk about, it could be a minute or a minute 30. But if there's a lot of stuff, it might go, towards the 3-minute mark. But, try to keep it relatively short. Don't ramble on. Now, typically in my videos, I like to keep them mostly product focused, but every once in a while, I will drop somewhat of a personal aspect into the video. Again, I'm thinking on the fact that this is an influencer program. Amazon wants people, influencers, to promote these products. For example, I have a can of Pepsi right here, and if I were to say, yep, if I'm talking about this and I say, Pepsi, I really love it, it's got a good flavor, etc., talking about the Pepsi itself, and then I drop something in there like, I like Pepsi so much that I had it at my wedding or something like that. Just something small and something relatable to people that they can kind of grasp onto and say, oh yeah, I do that, or whatever it is. I like to occasionally drop in something that other people can relate to. Now, I'm not going to ramble on for 10 minutes about why I love Pepsi, but a small comment that people can relate to and makes it a little more personal, I think goes a long way. So last but not least, my biggest tip is give it your all. That sounds cheesy, but honestly, don't try to, be lazy with it. Put some legitimate effort into it. If you're scared to talk to a camera and you try to do it quietly because people are home, wait until people leave to record the videos, or go somewhere where there aren't people, or, get yourself away from anything that could make you scared or nervous or cautious, and just make the video as best as you can. Don't try to make the video just barely getting by. It's likely going to get rejected. So those are kind of my tips. Then once you upload 3 videos, you'll go into a review process. You'll see a little blue bar on your screen with a lock, and it will say like 3 of 3. That means that you've submitted your 3 videos, Amazon will review them. From my understanding, it is an actual person that watches your videos, so you will see a view on your videos once they are reviewed, and then you either get approved or denied. There is no 2 videos got approved, you need to redo 1 or whatever. It's either you got approved or you got denied. There's no in between. Typically, you get some type of reason why you got denied. If you get denied, they'll say for video quality or personal information or something like that. Decipher that information as you will and try to make a better video or cut out what Amazon didn't like. For example, barcodes. If you show a barcode in your video, it's going to get rejected. An address. If you show the box and say, here's the box I just got, and it has your address on it, you'll probably get rejected. So be smart. Read the best practices, read the facts on the Amazon website. Make sure you know all the information that you need to know, what you can talk about, what you can't talk about. You can't mention price, you can't say this is a great deal, anything like that. Just focus on the product and make a good video. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'm happy to help. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video or something like that. If I get enough questions, I'll do like a Q&A kind of thing. I don't know. But I'm going to keep making more videos about this program as I continue in the program. So if you are interested in it, please subscribe. It would mean a lot. And I will see you guys on the next one.